Hey, good evening, Facebook family. Good evening, YouTube. Good evening, world. Welcome to another experience of the Friday Experience. My name is Pastor Lawrence Souffrant. Excited about the change you're about to experience. And I'm trying extra hard to not talk about Black Panther. Oh man, for years, eons from now, we will definitely be talking about Black Panther. But I'm not going to do no spoils tonight. And I mean, of course, what's going on, Sheila? Of course I will do it tonight. Just because I'm out of town doesn't mean I'm not going to do it. Some of you may know, I'm in Chicago. It's good to see some of you who came out tonight. I'm excited to see some of you guys tomorrow. And definitely, we're about to have a good time tomorrow. But tonight we will be continuing the Joseph series, and I just want to be very clear for those of you who have been keeping up, those of you who have been watching. I just want to say thank you. I really thank you for the support that you've been showing. I thank you for the consistent viewing. I thank you for the sharing. I thank you for the donations that you guys have been giving. Keep on supporting this. I really do appreciate it. We're doing a lot, like you guys know, about the Bible drives, and we're also doing for the homeless, the blessing bags. So please, by all means, if you can just keep on supporting, I greatly appreciate it. But as you guys know, I have been doing this Joseph series, and I've been enjoying it. I hope that you guys been enjoying it. Hold on, let me do this quick share real quick. While I'm getting this set up, please let me know where you're watching from. Let me know where you guys are watching from, because I love to see where the support is coming from. Like, I know my homegirl Sheila, she's up in Pennsylvania. I got my homie Gwen, who be watching faithfully, be up in Huntsville. All of you who be watching, please just let me know that where you're watching from. I would love to know where the support is coming from. And then you never know, I might be in your city one of these days, and I'll be able to hit you up and let you know that I'm there. Tonight is a very interesting word. Very interesting word. We'll be talking about how they're not really helping you. The Joseph series is pretty much designed to help you in your greatness as God is moving you forward in your greatness. And this is really for those who do believe that God has called them to greatness. And in case you don't know, greatness definitely comes at a price. It's not easy being great. There's a lot of hardships that come with greatness, but there's also a lot of glory that comes with greatness. And the Joseph series is to help us to prepare our way and to prepare ourselves for what is coming as far as greatness is concerned. I do believe that God created all of us with the potential of greatness within each and every one of us, but there are those of us who will actually choose to access that greatness. I imagine what this world would be if everybody honestly unlocked that greatness that is within them. That would be so amazing. But I'm grateful for those of you who are saying, I will not be what society is calling me to be, but rather I will be what my Savior is calling me to be. Kudos to you, because God definitely has some great things in store for you. So let me get into this word. It comes from Genesis chapter 37. Joseph has been a great object lesson about what it means to be great. But I want to be very clear. We're not talking about Joseph. Joseph is just merely the model that we're using. But this has nothing to do with Joseph. This has everything to do with you, and definitely has everything to do with what Jesus Christ is doing in you. So we're still in Genesis chapter 37, and we'll be reading verses 25 through 28. Yeah, Genesis chapter 37, verses 25 through 28. And it reads, Then they sat down to eat a meal. And as they raised their eyes and looked, behold, a caravan of Ishmaelites was coming from Gilead, with their camels bearing aromatic gum and balm and myrrh, and on their way to bring them down to Egypt. Judah said to his brothers, What profit is it for us to kill our brother and cover up his blood? Come, let us sell him to the Ishmaelites and not lay our hands on him, for he is our brother, our own flesh. And his brothers listened to him. Verse 28, Then some Midianite traders passed by, so they pulled him up and lifted Joseph out of the pit and sold them to the Ishmaelites for 20 shekels of silver. Thus they brought Joseph into Egypt. So now this is so crazy because we just, if you were following the experience in the series from last week, we talked about how Reuben said, let's throw him in this pit because Reuben wanted to secretly save Joseph's life. Reuben did not want his brothers to kill him. Reuben was going to get Joseph out of the pit in the evening and restore him back to his father. But Judah now comes and says that he has a better idea. How about, well, they didn't know Reuben had that idea. Reuben kept that to himself. They still want to kill him. Reuben said, nah, let's not kill him. Let's throw him in this pit. And Reuben had the secret idea of restoring back to the father. But Judah said, you know what? Since he's already in this pit, why don't we sell him? And now this is where it gets very, very interesting. Because you have to think of this from the perspective of Joseph. They threw Joseph in this pit. And now they're helping Joseph out of the pit. So it looks as if it is some type of prank, or it looks as if they have finally come to their senses. It looks as if they're helping Joseph out of this dark situation, but they're not really helping Joseph. They are actually helping themselves. Reuben was trying to one up his brothers. Yes, he was. Go back and read it ahead. Reuben was definitely trying to one up his brothers. Now, when it comes to them helping Joseph out of the pit, it looks as if they're helping Joseph, but they're not helping Joseph. They are helping themselves. In other words, they see an opportunity to sell Joseph. So what looks like help is actually opportunity for them to sell Joseph. Now, I want you to hear me very carefully, because there will be people in your life where it looks like they're helping you, but they're not really helping you. They're merely taking advantage of your situation, looking for the right time to sell you out. And that might sound like difficult. That might be very difficult for some of us to embrace. That might be difficult for some of us to accept. But the reality is, everyone who is extending their hand out to pull you out of that dark place is not there to help you. They're not actually trying to help you. There are a lot of people that they're just merely opportunists. You know, some people profit from your misery more than they would profit from your death. So it looks as if they're preserving you. It looks as if they are a support system. It looks like they're there for your good, but they're only there for themselves. And it's so we have to be careful that we don't trust everybody who's offering a lending hand, because every lending hand does not actually help. Some people, they are merely helping you so that you can remain at a certain positive level, so you can, return favors to them. There are some people that only help you so you can help them in return. There's some people where they see a chance to sell you out, so they make you look real good only to set up your downfall. The same people that are praising you to your face can be talking bad about you behind your back. All of this is a part of greatness. It happens to everyone who is destined for greatness. You'll find those that are even closest to you, they will look as if they are here trying to help you get out of your bad situation, but all they're doing is waiting for the right opportunity to sell you out. And I know it's wild, because to some degree you appreciate the fact that you're no longer in this pit, but to another degree it's like, well, if you're gonna sell me out, you should have just left me in that pit. That's how some of us feel. I mean, I don't know if you ever been betrayed before. I don't know if you know what it feels like for someone to be like looking so good, someone to be like they look like they're a fan of yours, they look like they're family, they look like they're actually on your side, only for you to realize that everything that they ever did for you was for themselves. Like that guy who's doing all this nice stuff for his girl only so that he can receive favors from her, but the whole time he really didn't care about her. Or that girl who was complimenting that guy, and it's like she's doing all this stuff for that guy only because she wanted to get to his money. And when his money ran out, she had nothing for him. Or it's like that friend who's always at your house because you got the best snacks. You know, you got the video games and you have all the good things, and they're there. And when you need help, they They listen to you while you're on the phone, and you think that they're supporting you, but they're not really supporting you. They just want to make sure they stay in your good graces to use your stuff. That's called selling you out. There are people who can listen. There are people who can see your greatness, and they're friends with you now, and they're connecting with you now, and they're all buddy with you now, just so that they can usurp all the blessings God is about to give you in the future. And everybody that is out to help you is not really helping you. And it's like the question is, how can you discern whether or not they're here to help or to hurt? How can you discern whether they're here to help or to hurt? Well, that's very difficult, but I can tell you when it comes to Joseph's perspective, he should have known his brothers were not there to help him because they were hating on him ever since he had a dream. Ever since he told them about that dream, they've been acting sour towards him. And you got to be very careful when people would act sour towards you, then all of a sudden their behavior switches. Like that's when the red flag should be raising in your ear, if you will, in your head. That red flag should be going off like, you was real mean to me and you was talking all types of crazy to me, and now all of a sudden you want to be my friend. That should be the red flag that maybe they're after something with you. You should watch out for those people who are extra friendly with you, where it's like they take their friendliness to the next level where it doesn't even make sense. I'm learning that people who are extra friendly aren't really your friends. They're trying to cover up. They're trying to mask or hide their deceit. They're trying to mask or hide their evilness with extra smiles, you know what I mean, and extra praise and extra handshakes. They're not really your friends. You got to watch out for these people, because while it looks like you're coming up, you're actually going further away from your home. You're going further away from your safety. They're just here to sell you. They're here to sell you. And we have to be careful that we don't give people an opportunity to take advantage of us when we're in our weakest spot. We have to learn. See, Joseph, he didn't know what was going on. So Joseph, he got out the pit only to be sold out as a slave. But some of us, we have to learn how to say no to certain people trying to help us. We have to learn that there are certain people that are offering us money that's not really trying to help us. And it's not just personal people, but we could talk about those personal people where they will offer you some help only so you can owe them in the future. You have to be careful even with credit cards. You have to be careful with loans in general, where it looks like they're helping you to further your education. It looks like they're helping you to purchase that home or that car, when in reality they're only pimping you, taking advantage of your weak situation. Be very careful that you don't accept everything that looks like help, because they will rub it in your face. If you've never been through that, then you don't know what I'm talking about. But some of you know exactly what I'm talking about, where they were a good friend to you, or at least you thought. And then when they needed something and you didn't want to provide it, or you couldn't provide it, whatever the case was, they bring all that old stuff back. The reality is they did all of that only so that they can feel like they own you, only so that they can feel like you owe them. And the devil is a liar. Let me tell you something. I want to set somebody free right now. If somebody does anything good for you, you don't owe them diddly squat. And what I mean from that, I don't mean that you don't be grateful for the good that they did to you, but you are not someone who can be possessed. You are a free person. And if they did it nice, if they did something nice for you, it should have been from the love of their heart and not for the need to take advantage of you. That no one should ever do anything nice just to take advantage of where you are. So be very careful, because everybody who is helping you is not really helping you. So I hope this blessed you. Please share if you enjoyed it. You can donate to the ministry. Like I said, we're doing many things. Oh, yeah, real quick question. Make sure that you ask yourself one thing that you can change today based on this word that you received. What's one change that you can make in your life? But God bless you. Please donate if you can. If you can share it, that would be nice. Also, I have to get some rest. I will see you guys next week. Peace.